Good evening to everyone who has attended the live class today. And last week is another remarkable day for me as a teacher, right? Because we received the O-level 2021 O-level results, right? As usual, I'm so proud to say, Huda, well, the first I have to say that I am conducting online classes for O levels, no physical classes. So to be honest, I haven't even seen, right, those students, some of those students, even you, right? I haven't seen. So anyway, I'm so proud to see that, right? To be right, exactly there were nearly 32 students in that class, right? Ultimately, some left the group, some students left the group. So finally, I had 32 students in 2021 O-level group, right? If you like, you can believe this, right? Island wide, the business and accounting studies results are low this time, right? Some research sheets I sent to you, right? But out of those 32 students, right, 18 have obtained, right? By yesterday evening, it was 16, now it is 18. 18 students have obtained A passes, right? Again, more than 50% A passes, right? And do you know something? There are no failures in the class. හරිද? මේ subject එක fail වෙච්ච එකම ළමයෙක්වත් මගේ O level group එකේ නැහැ. So I will send you the detailed result sheet very soon once I get to know all the results, right? So Puta, this is what I have been taught them. It was not my achievement. In fact, it is kind of an achievement of mine, right? But that doesn't purely belongs to me, because those students, they were working really hard. Okay, they were working really hard, right? I had a student from, right, that student is from, I can't remember the school, she is from Siduva. I haven't even seen her, right? Right, in the beginning, right, I was having a record of those children put up. In the beginning, right, as she joined the class, right, 1 or 2 terms back, in grade 10, after 1 or 2 terms. Okay, at that time, her marks were really low. She failed the subject, right? And yesterday, her mother spoke to me and she was really happy, right? She has obtained 9 A's, including an A for business and accounting studies, right? So, Puta, once again, don't take this light. Make a sahalluta gandepa. Because, you know, today I had a discussion. I am conducting classes for A levels also. Listen to me very carefully, right? So I am the sectional head of the commerce stream in St. Sebastian's College, right? So we had a meeting with right vice rector, and we were discussing what should be the minimum result for the students, right, to admit for each and every stream, right? So in our school, if you want to do biology, you have to get a minimum of A or B passes, right? Science and math. Even for the math stream, the same. For commerce, minimum pass is a C pass, right? Including a C pass for maths. Okay, so if you want to make a choice, So work hard on these, right? These 2 years. If you want to select your own stream, okay, you have to work hard. Otherwise, you have to select the stream which is right allocated to you by the school. Are there? So with that, I was so happy to see this, right? Even in my school, not all, everyone hasn't told me the results yet. That is the nature. කොච්චර කියනවත් සමහර දරුවෝ අපිට results කියන්නේ නැහැ එකපාර, right? So right, and some, some are even not even given a call. They just send me a message, right? මට ළමයි පුතේ 6 දිනක් විතර result sheet එක නිකන් ඉවරලා තිබ්බ call එකක්වත් නැහැ. ඒ passes ඔක්කොම ඒ passes. I didn't මම මේක පාවිච්චි කරෙත් නැහැ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට එවන්න. Right? To be honest, Puta, I feel that student must have kind of, right, it is not a discipline. Like discipline can be there, discipline can manage, right? There should be kind of an honor to the teacher, right? He or she should call the teacher who taught the subject and inform the result. Right. So, Puta, even you can see that we are working perfectly well here in the class, right? So your term will be ending on March, I think, right? Your grade 10 syllabus has to be right completed on March, right? Therefore, we'll see. අපි බලමු කොහොමද මේක අපි මේක කොහොමද ඉවර කරගන්නේ. අපිට මේක ඉවර කරගන්න බොහොම ලේසියෙන් පුළුවන් පුතා, right? To be honest, if we try, we can complete the syllabus. Yes, at the end of December. බලන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. Right? Good. So last week we started the third session of the 10th competency, right? Competency, and today we are moving to the last session of it, right? So let me share the presentation also. General ledger we spoke about the general ledger last week. Right. So today I have to discuss it. Yes. This one. Okay. Please turn your tutorials to this place. We have discussed about the general journal narration. We have written everything. The ledger accounts. Right. Turn to your tutorials to page number 5. Page number 5. Right. Today, instant cash transactions. Business is a subject where it undergoes numerous changes, right, during a very short period, right? For an example, Puta, I can still remember when I was a kid, right, when I was a school, right, a student, right, the businesses were not this much developed, right? It means in 1990s, right? So I can still remember the business was developed not this much, right? Even at that time, we had, mobile phones were not that much popular among, right, the people, right? Now, if you see this mobile phone is with everyone today, everyone, right? Even a small kid has a mobile phone, and internet was that much fast, right? And Even on the other hand, even the prices of the goods were not this much high. All right. The society was not that much developed. So you see, this is the nature of the society. It is developing, right, moment by moment, day by day. Therefore, for businesses also, right, they can't be isolated. When the society developed, right, the businesses can't isolate it. They have to get used to what the society has been designed for. So the purpose of including this topic in the O-level syllabus is to give that particular aspect of business. Instant cash transactions. Right? How many of you have your personal debit card? කියන බලන්න. පුතාගේ බැංකුව account bank account එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ ඒකට. ඒකට පුතාට debit card එකක් තියෙනවා පොඩ්ඩක් අත උස්සන්න බලන්න. Hands up the students who has a debit card, their personal debit card. No one. No one has a debit card. සම්පූර්ණ පළවෙනි පන්තියේ. ඈ තමන්ටම කියලා ඔය වයසේදී debit card එක නැති කමක් නැහැ. That is a very good trend, I guess. Right? So listen to me, most of the time, at least a few students have a debit card. Right? So listen to me. The first point is this. Business is a highly volatile topic. You have to understand it. And you have to accept it. Right? And business goes through changes all the time. Right? Business goes through the changes all the time. Right? A few decades ago, it was used cash in hand to settle every single transaction. Right? I told you at that time, electronic cash was not that much popular. Even for international trade, you have to deposit you have to bank the money, right? And the cash has to be realized by the seller. Then only the transaction occurred, right? Now, right after that, the checks were there. After the cash in hand, the checks were popular. Right? I told you this. Even today, right, the electronic cash has, right, precedes the checks, right? Now, listen to me. Now we are into a cashless technique. Cashless technique. Okay. So this part of the lesson is designed to introduce that particular point for you, right? Puta, all these things happen due to the technology, right? මේ හැම දෙයක්ම සිද්ධ වුණේ පැටියෝ ටෙක්නොලොජි. දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට නිකන් කල්පනා කරලා බලන්නකෝ. How the technology has affected the society, right? Did we ever think that we can conduct the class like this in 10 years ago? No one believed, Puta. Nobody believed that we can conduct classes online like this. You are in your places and I'm in my home. Do we ever thought that it would be a platform to conduct a class? Never. Did you ever think that you can teach from a sir who has never been met physically? Even I didn't thought, right? I didn't think that I will be able to teach the students whom I have never seen. Then මෙතන ළමයින්ගේ නිකන් කල්පනා කරලා බලන්නකෝ. අදීශ, Oshani, right? Duniti, Dishan Sonamata, we don't have a piece called Herschel, right? Resen. ඒගොල්ලෝ මොනවද දන්නේවත්? නේද? I don't know them, right? I haven't seen them, but still I'm conducting classes. හරිද? මම ඒගොල්ලෝ classes conduct කරනවා. හරිද? සනුක and ෂෙනුක් මම හිතන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ මම දන්නවා නේද? සනුක අපේ ඉස්කෝලේ නෙවෙයි, සනුක අපේ නෙවෙයි, සනුක අපේ. හරි? So listen to me. So this is the beauty of the technology. right? This is the beauty of the technology, right? So, doing so the technology is influencing everything around us. Everything. Do you know the technology will be developed further in the future? ඒතර පුතාට ලොකුනාම කියන්න පුළුවන් වෙයි. අපි පොඩි කාලේ තිබ්බා වගේද මේ ටෙක්නොලොජි එක. දැන් මාර වෙනස්. Remember, this is how the society develops, right? Today. Now, I'm moving to the next one. Please take out your notebooks and write this down. මෙතන අපිට තියෙනවා following are the few examples of impacts of technological advances to the business at present. So let me highlight මම මෙතන පොඩි දේවල් ටිකක් ඔයාලට කියනවා. How the advancement of technology influences the business. First one, computerized accounting instead of manual accounting. මම කියන කීල් දෙනකන් ඊට පස්සේ කියන්න. Right? It's an advancement of technology. You know, few decades ago, right? 2 or 3 decades ago, everything, every accounting, right, record was entered by the businesses manually. Manual record කරනවා. They had to write those things in books. Right now, what has happened? Everything is computerized. You have to just to enter the information, then it automatically, right, transfers the information right to the respective places, to the ledger accounts, to the private books, to the financial statements. See, technology. Next is using telephone and emails for communicating. Right? Using telephones and emails for communicating. That's also right an advancement of the technological how the technology right influences the business. Third one, settlement of different payments through internet. You know how quickly we can order something from right the businesses now. හරිද? අපි ගොඩක්ම අපි අතරේ famous නේද Uber Eats කියන එක. Right? Now, did we ever think few decades ago that we can order the food to our doorstep? No, we didn't. Now we are doing it because we can settle the payments online. Even you, right? ඔයගොල්ලෝ මට payment එක දාන්නෙත් පුතා online එකක් අයිනේ. Some are go to the bank directly and they make the deposit. But most of it's an online transfer. Next one, use of the debit cards and the credit cards to make various payments. Right? Do you know, Puta? As a habit, I don't carry a huge amount of money in my purse, in my wallet. Right? Because everything, for me, the debit card is so easy. Even the credit card. Right? I very rarely use the credit card, but the debit card is, right? It's a very easy method of settling the payments. Right? And the next one is internet banking and mobile banking. We don't want to go and wait in the queues. Why do we waste time? Right? Banking is in your fingertips. Right? Isn't it? That is true. That is true. Right? Next one, performing sales through electronic equipment. Right? So for an example, when you right, if you have a Facebook account, you will see that some use that particular platform to sell their products. Right? I'm agree with you. But the next is the transactions conducted through different technologies are also should be recorded. That's the most important thing. It doesn't matter how you make the transaction, that has to be recorded in the relevant prime entry books and in the relevant ledger of the business. It doesn't matter how important, how developed the technology is, but the process of accounting doesn't change. Right. Then I will tell you another story. I give you 2 minutes. Quickly write this down. Hurry up. Right. I think you have finished writing. Okay. The story what I need to share is this. Before I joined this profession, it means that when I was at the university, I worked as an accounts assistant, right? In a private firm named Gandhar Crafts and Artifacts, right? Which sells, antiques, right? Target market was foreigners, right? That was selling antiques for the foreigners, right? And for the kind of, not only the foreigners, even the rich locals. Right? So we had some, famous characters as customers. I think you have heard of Mahela Jayawardena Kumar Sangakkara, right? And Tanuja, I can't remember. She's one of the uh, famous journalists in Sri Lanka, right? So we were catering them. So there we discussed among the point in that particular firm, we were working with an computerized accounting package called that is QuickBooks, right? I have worked with that. I was working under one of the uh, you know he's one of the qualified accountants I have ever seen, Mr. Pradeep, right? And he was advising us, you know before we enter something into the system of like that QuickBooks, please refer it twice. Do you know the reason? Right? Once you enter something, that can't be backspace කරන්න බෑ. Right? If you want, අර වගේම තමයි. If you have made a mistake, you have to go to the general journal and make a rectification entry. Right? He was saying that, okay, it doesn't matter, you can make mistakes, but avoid the mistakes as much as possible. Right? So because of that, before we enter something, අපි දෙයක් enter කරන්න කලින් පුතා, right? We were so I was so right. I was checking a transaction twice. Okay, so that is what I need to tell you. It doesn't matter how developed the right society is. Transactions, the method of like conducting the transactions, they must be followed in prime entry books and ledger accounts. They must be recorded prime entry books and ledger accounts. Right? Good. Let's move to the next point. Okay. Now, I'm discussing about the transactions conducted through mobile phones. Are there transactions conducted through mobile phones? Right? Today, almost all have a mobile phone. Are there have a mobile phone? Right? Even the beggars, even they have a mobile. Right? So now that mobile phone has been advanced to a smartphone at present, you can do various things. දැන් බලන්න මම මේ ක්ලාස් එක කන්ඩක්ට් කරන්නෙත් පුතේ by using the mobile hotspot. මගේ මේ mobile එකේ ඉන්න mobile hotspots වලින් තමයි මම මේ ක්ලාස් එක කන්ඩක්ට්, because at this moment we have no power, right? So I have connected this my mobile phone to the my laptop, then I'm conducting the class, right? Sometimes for some of you also power is not available. But as we have the smartphone, you can listen to this particular lecture. And let's discuss about the advantages of using the mobile phones. Advantages, right? First advantage, ability to communicate quickly. We can send a message. Now, for an example, when I need to send a message to a person for a person. Now quickly I have to post that to a group. To be honest, Pata, trust me, if you like, even 5 years ago, right, 5 or 6 years ago, right, when I wanted to send a message to a student, I had to call each and every person personally. But now what I have to do, just drop a message to the group. Everybody receives it. හරිද? හරිද පුතේ? මට සමහරවිට ටියුට් එකක් යවනකොට මට ඊමේල් එක හරහා හැමෝටම යවන්න. Now that is not required. Right? ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ group එක හැම ළමයාම එතනත් මට group එකක් හදාගන්න පුළුවන්කම තිබුණා. But here now it is very simple. Just send it as a message to the group. It's an advantage of using mobile phones. For an example, Puta, now in almost in all the schools, they have a WhatsApp group in the class. The teachers are communicating within that particular group. Advantage, isn't it? Yeah. The next is easy to conducting banking activities. Right? You can even exchange millions using your mobile phone. Right? You can settle the payments, you can settle the electricity bills, water bills, telephone bills, everything using just your mobile phone. Next is Puta. Easy to obtain information to make decisions. So these are the advantages of using mobile phones today in the tutorial. Right? Advantages of using mobile phone to execute the business transactions. Right. Let's move to the next topic. Facilities provided through mobile banking. Telebanking. Right? Telebanking. Right? So let's move to that topic. Okay. Facilities provided through mobile banking. Right? First one. Today, by using a mobile banking, our previous page. Give a minute. Visions. Then we must finish. Okay, Puta. Right? Good. Dishans, are you coming to school tomorrow, Puta? Shanuk, 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 are you coming to school tomorrow? Right. I'll distribute the papers, okay? The papers have been corrected. Let's discuss. Hari. Okay. Our next topic, facilities provided through mobile bank. You can check the balance of the bank account. Right? Check the bank account balance. It's the first facility. Second is obtain bank statement. Do you know most of the time, right? The bank statement is sent to your email. So the email can be used using the mobile phone. So you can obtain a bank statement. Right? And the next is Puta, to make various payments. You can use your mobile phone to pay the bills, right? Or transfer amount from your account to another account. See the advantages you have, right? The next is fund transfers, as I told you. Fund transfers. So these are the facilities provided through mobile. Pute making pute oya tika පාඩම් කරගන්නකෝ. අපිට ඔලසොට ලොකු කතන්දර අවශ්‍ය නැහැනේ. ඔය ටික පුතේ හොඳට අහගන්න. මම මේක බොහොම අවධාරණයෙන් කියනවා. I was correcting the papers of some students, right? But I was shocked to see that. I was so shocked to see that. Some have not even included that answers for true and false statements. They haven't written an answer. They had to choose whether the statements were true or false. Some haven't written an answer. I was discussing it with one of the teachers in O-level section today. O-level Sinhala medium. right? Their situation is worse than mine, right? So please take the precautionary actions because before you sit for the A levels, sorry, O levels. I told you the importance in the beginning of today's class. Okay, write this down. Facilities provided through mobile banking. ඔය ටික ඔහොම පාඩම් කරගන්න. එච්චරයි වෙන්න ඕන. හරිද? හොඳයි. ඊළඟ එක. Now that was the facilities. Now these are the advantages of mobile banking. First one, ability to control the funds without going to the bank. I told you this. You don't want to wait in the queues, right? Yeah, so you can do any transactions right while you're at home. I told you now. Even the banks are advertising their mobile banking, saying that banking at your fingertips. See, the next is Pute, convenience. It is so convenient, right? Pute, mame video ko pada off karanna, battery ko pada save karaganna ona. So I'll be switching off the video, but I am here, right? Convenience. It is so convenient, right? And the next is Puta. The next is, right? Speediness. It is so quick, right? It is so quick. And the next is save time and effort. So these are the advantages of mobile banking. And the next is security. It is secure to do the mobile banking, and sometimes it is not. Okay, but anyway, it is in the textbook. So write it as an advantage of the mobile banking. These are the 5 advantages of mobile banking. Sorry. Are you there? Right. Let's move to the tutorial. That has to be written in here. Advantages of mobile banking or telebanking. Right. Next is Pute. We are moving to the next topic. Have finished writing this? Okay. Computer aided accounting. CAA. Right? හැබැයි පුතා දන්නවද මේකෙන් O levels වල වැඩි ප්‍රශ්න ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි එකක් දෙකක් ඇහෙන්න පුළුවන්. Even in the right first paper most of the time. Right? පුතා computer aided accounting. First one. Pute, if you can remember, we had manual accounting. We had manual accounting few decades ago. Everything was recording manually. I told you this. Now it has been developed to computer-aided accounting. Right? පුතා දැනට උනත් ඔයාලා bookshop එකට ගිහින් අහන්න ledger පොතක් ගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. In some books, some bookshops they have, right? They have a book called ledger book, right? In those books only the transactions were recorded by the people. So if your parents have worked as accountant, ask them. They might know this. ඒගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා මේක. හරිද? So those days every transaction was recorded manually. Now it has been developed, right? So let's read the note and see. අපි note එක පොඩ්ඩක් කියවලා බලමු. Right. පොඩ්ඩක් කියව ගන්න. Okay. දැන් බලන්න මේ අවුරුද්දේ grade 11 වලට අපි ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහනවා grade 11 paper එකේ this paper out of the following what is not an accounting package. හරිද? මොකද ඒකටම උත්තරේ දෙන්නයි යන්නේ. හරිද? අහගන්න. Right? Now these are the mainly used accounting packages in Sri Lanka. Attack, I was speaking this. I'm making introduce karane the QuickBooks, Myop, and Sage. ඔය හතර ලියා ගන්න පුතා. These are the commonly used. ඔක රතු පෙන් ලියුවත් කමක් නැහැ with the red pen. These are the 4 commonly used accounting packages in worldwide. හරිද පුතේ? Right. Then now I'm discussing about advantages of computerized accounting. අපිට පටල ගන්න එපා. කලින් ආවා advantages of mobile banking. මේ බලන්න. මේ දැන් එනවා advantages of computer aided accounting. හරිද? මේ පටල ගන්න පොඩි සරල දේවල්, සමාන දේවල්. But they have to be right precise answers. First one, save time as all functions of accounting are performed quickly and automatically. For an example, listen to me carefully. Now, right? In those computerized accounting, you just enter the information. Right? It means the source document is physically prepared. So information of the source document is just to enter to the system. And do you know? So this accounting package automatically posts them to the relevant prime entry book, then to the relevant ledger account, then updates the trial balance, then updates the financial statements. There are some advanced packages where it updates the accounting ratios also. So it is the first advantage. Save time. Once you enter the information correctly, everything is processed internally. Saves cost as it reduces the labor requirement. Just you need only one person to enter the information. So you can reduce the labor cost. Right? Because few decades ago, we had a person called bookkeeper. His duty is to enter the information. Then we had an accounts assistant, then assistant accountant, then main accountant. So now those particular that for them the business has to incur a cost. Now the cost can be deducted because of this CAA. Right? Next is high level of accuracy. It's a computer system. I don't say that the errors are 0. No, there are errors, but the accuracy is right higher than the manual accounting. Next is ability to obtain the required information quickly. I have this experience. If you want to calculate the balance of debtors, just go and click that particular that link. Everything is displayed for you. If you want to check the cash balance, just go and click that particular required point. Everything is available. If you want the transactions for the last week, so you can do it. Right? Are we clear? So these are the advantages of computerized accounting. Okay, that should be written here. Share screen again. Namai, listen to me while you're writing. On the next week, we are starting the 11th competency, ඊට පස්සේ තව competency එකයි අපිට ඉවර කරන්න තියෙන්නේ පුතා. right? හරිද? ඒ වගේම පොඩ්ඩක් මතක් කරනවා පුතේ. Today is the last week of November. Please make the settlement of your class fees soon. Right? Don't wait until I inform you personally. Right? And Puta, I am starting 2024 A-level accounting in Moratua, second group. If you have your Akkalas and Ayelas who have just sit for O-levels and they want to do commerce for their A-levels, right? Please inform them that an accounting start, second group is starting in Moratua, right? ඒ වගේම තමයි පුතේ මම online එකක් පටන් ගන්නවා ඒගොල්ලන්ට ළඟදීම මම ඒකත් පොඩ්ඩක් කියන්න. But for the moment, I'm starting the physical class on next week. I will share, right, a handbill. If you have any friends, you can share it among your friends and even the relatives. Okay, good. Advantages of computerized accounting. Okay, Buddha. We are moving to the last topic of the day. Disadvantages of computerized accounting. Disadvantages, right? Okay. And the advantages, listen to me, there are disadvantages too. First one, risk of loss of information due to computer viruses and other technical issues. Right? A disadvantage. It's a disadvantage. Next is risk of unauthorized access and changing of information. Right? Risk of unauthorized access and change of information. It is also a disadvantage. Only need of large sum of money to purchase a licensed version of software. Now, in all your laptops and computers, we have that package called MS, right? Package Microsoft package. I think almost none of us is using a licensed version. We all are using a cracked version. Am I correct? Even I am using a cracked version. Because the licensed version එක ලංකාවේ හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. It's very hard and it is costly. Right? So like that, right, Microsoft package, even these computerized packages are very costly. To be honest, shall I tell you something? Even in that business, we were using a cracked version of the QuickBooks. No differences, but slight differences, right? So this is another disadvantage of computerized accounting, right, system. Write this down. හරිද බලන්න. හරිද පුතේ? Right. Okay. Now, this is the official end of the 10th competency. Purchases journal, sales journal, and general journal. And in the same tube, we have same lesson. We have this particular computer-aided accounting. So on the next week, we are moving to the next competency, trial balance, another beautiful lesson. Right? So that completes the process of accounting, not the entire process, but a bit it completes. Right? There's a question. Yeah, of course, Duniti. Right? Hacking of the computers, definitely. You can use as a disadvantage. Right? That is why we need those virus guards and everything. Right? Good. Okay, students. So this is the end of the 10th competence. I think most of you joined the class from the first competency. Now, if you can, right, if you have all the tutes that I have given, there should be a bulk of it. Check with all the tutes are completed before you go to the grade 11 class. You have to collect those tutorials in respective 5 according to the sessions order, competency orders. So let's have that particular commitment. With grade 11, everything is ready. I'll be preparing the presentations, right? So everything, I'll taught you everything in the correct way. Right then, that's all for today. Right, once again, let me remind the payment. If you have not settled the payment for November, please settle it soon, right? And so until we meet again on next week, good night and may God bless you. Thank you very much. Good night.